On this episode, the Gloomy Hard Rock group, Little Liar. Talk About Rock is sponsored by School of Rock, North Buffalo, where they're making musicians every day. Okay, we now have with us, it looks like the whole gang here, Matt, Austin, Dash, and Derek from Little Liar, joining us here now on Talking About Rock. How's it going, guys?
Great. How are you?
Great. So you're here. We're here to chat with you about your latest release you got going on, Liquor, Lust, and Anguish going on. But maybe let's start with a little bit of a history of the band, kind of putting it together. I don't know who wants to take that first, Matt or Austin, if one of you guys want to jump in on that. Kind of tell us about putting this band together.
Go for it, Maddie.
All right. I'll take it. I'll take it from the beginning. So we started off originally as a blues project, which was kind of funny. I was just looking through the Buffalo Bands and Musicians page on Facebook, and I'm like, listen, I've been out of playing for years. I just graduated college. And I'm like, let's put a band back together. I haven't played in forever, and I was missing playing. So found a bassist. He had a buddy who was a drummer, and for a while I was singing, and I am not the best singer. So we're out looking around, and me and Austin had linked up a while back, and just nothing ever really meshed and clicked. Like musical styles, just we weren't doing something at the right time. But we eventually posted a cover of Slither by Velvet Revolver, and Austin messaged me, and he's like, "Yo, if you guys are more moving towards this style of music, that's something I would really be interested in." So we brought Austin in. We had a few other singers lined up for tryouts and stuff like that. But as soon as Austin came in, it was like, wow. All right, well, we found our singer. So we didn't really need to try anybody else out. We put the dude right there. And eventually we got Dash and Derek in through Austin, and I'll let him kind of jump in with that. So
Yeah, Dash and I went to the same school, West Valley. Shout out to West Valley. Really small town. It's pre-K through 12, and there's like 400 kids in the whole school, one building. And Dash is a few years younger than me, but closer to graduation, we started to link up more and play together. And he was the first person that I knew I'd want to ask to play bass when we were in need. So that happened. And at one point, Derek, before, a couple of years before Little Liar was even a thought, Derek and Dash and I had all gotten together to jam, just kind of for fun. And it's definitely just a good bond. So when we were found ourselves in need of a drummer as well, Derek was the first on the list for me and Dash.
So Dash and Derek, you guys got the call then from Austin there to come and check this out. So what were your thoughts when he gave you a call to start this up?
I was excited to just be like doing something musically again because it had been a minute since we had last done anything. So Austin and I had been in a band prior to this, but that kind of got curtailed by COVID and all that. So it was nice to just like get the juices flowing again and be able to play music again together.
And then I'm
cool.
pretty much on the same page with this guy. I never really expected to be doing this again once I got out of high school. I figured music would just kind of dwindle away. And then when they asked me to join, I was just over the moon about it. So I started practicing all the songs because I joined later than everybody else. And as soon as I went to the first practice, it just kind of like clicked. And we all knew that it was going to work from then on out.
Yeah. Sometimes you're lucky and you just get that. And yeah, I totally agree with like what you're saying. You get a little bit older, maybe you don't have time for music and life happens and other things are going on, families and stuff. But yeah, it's always great to be able to come back and revisit it. So getting back to you a little bit, Austin. So that was pretty much it when you heard you wanted to lean into more Velvet Revolver, the type of stuff that really interests you. Because I was looking through the influences you guys got listed. So I'm seeing Alice in Chains, like you said, Velvet Revolver, Black Sabbath, Black Keys, The Strokes. So is that influence in your sound and style, would you say? a lot?
Yeah, definitely. I grew up on like, I mean, the first thing that really got me into music was like hair bands from the 80s, Def Leppard and Dokken and Rat and stuff like that is like what got me into. I started out as a drummer and like those were like what I was listening to a lot. But then I kind of moved like as I got older, I moved into grunge. Um, and I'll always kind of have a soft spot for grunge and stuff. Um, but I think all of us kind of we bring some different influences to the table, obviously, like every band. Um, and I really like bands like the Strokes you're talking about earlier. Um, and that kind of alternative, like a more modern alternative sound as well. I know Matt's big into those Guitar Hero guys. He loves Guns N' Roses and stuff, Slash, as I know is a big influence for him. And we definitely met in the middle with kind of a grunge sound, I
Very
think.
cool. Very cool. And Matt, so you were telling me you took lessons from one of your own local Buffalo guitar heroes here, Dave Constantino. So
Oh,
tell us a little bit about starting out with that. I mean, obviously Dave Constantino, one of the founders of Chalice, was very huge in Buffalo. Dave still plays, member of the Buffalo Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So yeah, tell us about your experience with him.
Yeah, I mean, massive footsteps to follow in. I mean, Talus played massive shows. I think one time Slash ended up coming here, opening it up for Dave at one point, which is just wild to me. But yeah, no, I mean, he definitely was one of the most influential voices in my blues upbringing. I had a very bluesy upbringing. And I didn't originally start taking lessons from Dave. There was a guy named John Zidell at Limelight Music in East Aurora. He was my first guitar teacher, but after a certain point, I started, in his words, not mine, I started to excel. And he's like, you need to move him up to somebody better. So I moved my way up to Dave. And he obviously recommended Dave. They worked together. And obviously Dave is, a local guitar legend. But he just started to get me more into that, technical route as opposed to just playing riffs and wanting to solo randomly. He started getting me a little bit more in the music theory side of things, taught me a little bit more about servicing the actual song and not just playing as fast as possible and actually being a good guitarist that fits in and can write well as opposed to just being able to play well. I owe a ton of that to Dave. Dave's just an amazing guitarist. I can't say enough good things about him, but he is the reason I am the player I am today. So
yeah, definitely an amazing guy. And I've heard a lot of artists, speak about like what you were saying when you're writing music and playing music, playing to the song. Definitely. It just incorporates the style and the grace of the music a lot better. And you can hear that it definitely flows through with that for each song. So tell us a little bit about, and we're going to listen to some of it. Tell us a little bit about writing and putting together the latest thing you guys got, Liquor, Lust, and Anguish. It's almost a little tongue twister for me to say that there, but tell me about putting some of that together.
I mean, who wants to start?
You can if you got something to say.
What's up, Derek?
Go. You got it.
All right, I'll
You're
go.
obviously the spokesperson for the band, dude. You've told this story 100 times.
All right,
Oh, these guys are sick of hearing it. Well, we haven't heard it here on Talking About Rock yet, so go ahead, man.
all right, time for everybody else. So, I mean, it started off. We started this album even before Dash and Derek had joined. I think Dash was there for the very beginning of the album. But we'll start with I guess chronologically, the first song that we really worked on, which was Truth Hurts. And I had basically the entirety of the song structured out. We made some structural changes as time went, but I wrote this really fast, aggressive, punky riff and recorded it on GarageBand. And I think we're just scrolling through one day, me and Austin were going through riffs and stuff that I had saved from a prior point, and I clicked on that one and it caught him and he's like, hey, I think we're going to use this. So we worked on it, shelved it for a while. And then
The drums on that were funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna work. It didn't feel like, and then it was a much slower tempo. It was like halftime drum beat that we were originally working with on that, and then I remember we put on just like a basic track that was double time from what it originally was, and I was like, this is how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's got to roll. Yeah. So you guys are pretty much writing most of the songs and most of the music. You two collaborating.
Yeah, I would say pretty evenly between all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, especially for our own individual parts, everybody's puts their own flavor into it for sure. I think a lot of times it starts with, a Matt riff, or there's a couple songs on there that even I had guitar ideas for, and everybody definitely puts their own little flavor into it.
Very, very cool. So tell us a little bit about the track we're going to listen to here, Dirty Broke Kid. Tell us about putting that together.
Yeah, that one was, I actually wrote the majority of that structurally anyway. I wrote the majority of that one. And that came together pretty fast for me. That was like over one evening, maybe an hour total took to really kind of piece that together. And I kind of always had this idea that I wanted to write about. It's kind of about a time when I had graduated high school and I was renting this house with some friends, and it kind of turned into a party house.
As it definitely can a lot of times, right?
Yeah, right. A stupid 18-year-old. Yeah, just, not the best decisions. But yeah, it was a friend of mine at the time. He actually, like, I'll always remember him coining the term we're just like dirty broke kids. DBK is what he would say, So I don't know. It was a very kind of pivotal moment in my life. Not a lot of good things about it, but I mean, looking back on it now, it was easy. It was an easy thing to write a song about. So
right. So there you came out with a good track, at least from all that craziness that went on. Very cool. All right, let's take a quick break here. We'll check out the video and the song for Dirty Broke Kid, and we'll be right back with the guys from Little Liar on Talking About Rock.
Gotta pay
We're back here on Talking About Rock. Just checked out the track for Dirty Broke Kid here. Very, very cool stuff from Little Liar. So, I'm hearing your name around a lot around Buffalo, your band's name. Definitely tell me a little bit about creating the following here that's been going on, because it's definitely something that's been, swelling up, it looks like, over the last couple of years for you guys. You got some shows booked, you got a couple sellout shows, and it seems to be starting to roll for you guys, really.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I mean, we've only really been a lineup for less than a year, I'd say. So it's kind of cool to see it kind of take pace and just start rolling. But against we've been not taking advice from promoters and spacing out your shows and not playing it every 3 months, playing a venue every 3 months. We've been just kind of like taking the Van Halen method and playing every show that is thrown our way and playing every show that makes sense. I'll say it that way, that's thrown our way. And it seems to be working for us. People keep coming out, people keep following, people keep paying attention and listening to the music. So, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Yeah, I was speaking to an artist the other day, and she was like, "We will play anywhere, anytime they want us to play." And I was like, "There you go. You got to take advantage of that. Definitely while you can. You got, like they're saying, you strike while the iron's hot. If you got places looking for you, definitely want to key in on that. So very cool. You guys got future plans? I assume you're writing some stuff now, or you're thinking about it.
It's funny because we just finished tracking a 2-song cover EP. So we're doing just like a 2-song cover release. I don't know if you want me to tell the songs that have been released, guys. Up to you. But you guys good with that, or?
Yeah,
Go for
why
it.
not? I mean, we got to debut it somewhere, Might as well.
All
do
right.
it.
Debut on Talking About Rock. Little Liars got some new songs they're going to be coming out with, and those songs are.
Yeah, so we covered Them Bones by Alice in Chains. That's my personal favorite.
Great choice.
Yeah, it came out super well. And then we did Paranoid by Black Sabbath. So took two of those big influences that we all agree are just massive in our sound, and we're like, just throw these on a little release. Give people something to hold out onto while we work on the next album. So
very, very good idea. You going to be putting any video together for those tracks at all? Thinking about that, or?
probably not. If we were, it would be something small. We thought about maybe doing a performance video, but I don't know. I mean, I right now no, but things could change. We could change our minds on that. So
Right.
I'd say just keep your eyes open.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Well, I give you guys kudos definitely for doing original material in Western New York and anywhere really right now is super difficult. Right. There's so many audiences that just want to hear you play the covers. It's so hard to break through. It's so hard to get, your music listened to. And it even seems like nowadays there's even more bands coming out all the time. I hear a lot of new music and a lot of new bands all the time putting out stuff, but sometimes it's really hard to make that stick. Was that the choice you guys made right away? Like, we're gonna do original. This is just what's gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we definitely wanted to just like have our own sound and just like, this is what we're doing. We don't care about covers really or anything like that. We want to focus on original music. And honestly, that's the most fun to play. Like, yeah, doing covers here and there and watch people jump around to the songs that they know, like that's all fun. But like doing something different and that people don't know and still holding their attention to something that they're not used to hearing because they haven't before. Like that's a whole challenge in itself, and that makes it so much more enjoyable when we're doing what we do.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's more rewarding too, hearing people, sing along to your songs and hearing people participate in the stuff that you poured your heart and soul into and worked your ass off on. And I think it's just, it makes it that much more rewarding when these people don't know your songs, but then they come to listen to the album on repeat and they buy your CD and they wear the shirts. It just makes it that much more surreal. From being like a year ago, we're like, hey, let's write music. And now you got people buying shirts and wearing the shirts and pre-ordering merch and buying CDs. And it's just wild, even on just a local scale. It's nuts. So
Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, I just know it's so difficult, like I said, just to come out with original music and like you were saying, to keep the audience engaged. And I know a lot of venues usually aren't too up for that, because they want to keep their folks in there, in the clubs, right? Listening to you guys and stuff. So I know a lot of times they don't want to give a lot of new music and original music a chance even, but it seems like you guys have grown, grown a reputation a little bit. You've grown your following a little bit. And like you're saying, people are buying your merch. That's always a good thing, right?
Yeah, always good to see people repping the Little Liar brand. We just did a run of hoodies and zip ups, and I've been wearing mine pretty much every day. One of my favorite pieces of merch that we've ever done, and we've only got a few left, and it's cool just to have already be running low on them. So
very, very cool. So what gigs you guys got coming up within the next couple weeks or so?
Friday we're at Santora's in Williamsville, which is a great venue. I love Paul. We've played there a couple times acoustic. We've never played their full band, so we'll be doing a 3-hour set there, mostly covers, but we will have our originals in there. And we'll never play a show where we don't play our original music. It's just part of it. It's what comes with the brand, But we got that coming up, and then after that, I think Good Bar, yeah, Good Bar on the 22nd. Heading out to Rochester on the 23rd, playing Bug Jar. That's going to be fun. We're playing with Checks and X's out there.
Yeah, say hello to Oz for me when you guys are at Bug Jar. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy out there. Very, very cool. And back to Good Bar again. So you guys sold that out before. So maybe, maybe lightning will strike again for you guys there. That seems to be a good place for you, right?
Fingers crossed. They love us there. They got us booked out in November already, which is wild. So
excellent. Well, you guys seem to have the right chemistry, the right attitude, and some great tunes. I wish you so much luck on everything going forward. Keep us in the loop. What's going on? We look forward to, those releases, those covers for you, and see what's coming up next with you guys.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you very much.